In 2015, the phrase biking while black burst onto the scene when it was found that TPD was stopping a lot of bicyclists, and 80% of them were black. And that led to a federal finding that the program was ineffective in stopping crime and placed an undue burden on bikers who are black. And now a new policy is in place at the state attorney's office, hoping to lessen the burden even more. As Fox 13's Evan Axelbank reports, the state attorney singled out one particular type of bike stop to try to make the system more just.
The original effort to stop bicyclists for relatively minor violations was so out of whack in who was stopped, 80% were black, that it drew the ire of the Department of Justice.
What it did do unintentionally is to have a disparate impact on people of color.
3 years later, the percentage had dropped to under 60% after the feds warned it was not as good at reducing bike thefts or promoting bike safety as it was in saddling young men with criminal records.
There is a thing called rich man's justice and poor man's justice. If you don't have means, you get caught up in the system.
Just 6 weeks ago, Hillsborough State Attorney Andrew Warren sent this memo saying it's no longer appropriate to prosecute those who are stopped on bikes whose only charges are that they resisted an officer without violence. The memo says black defendants make up 33.6% of misdemeanor cases, but 49% of all resisting without violence defendants.
These stops don't actually have any impact on public safety, and they undermine the trust between law enforcement and the community that they serve.
But he says it will have an impact on the 40 cases per year that this would apply to. The memo does say the policy does not pass judgment on the reasonable suspicion or probable cause necessary to conduct a bike stop, and we continue to recognize they are a valid law enforcement instrument under the appropriate circumstances.
It may have a small impact because it's not a lot of cases we're talking about, but it's reflective of the innovative approach we're taking to find solutions to make our system better.
The Urban League of Hillsborough County says it's an important step in large-scale criminal justice reform.
We need to have continual dialogue, continual analysis, and continual actions until we get to the point where we can actually say that there is no class discrimination and that justice and liberty is equal for everyone.
Evan Axelbank, Fox 13 News.
And the state attorney's office does point out that this policy does not apply to arrests that are made during bike stops if the criminal charges stem from other things.